Good morning and welcome to the nation today. Happening here on today's radio TV online station, I am Adeola Ibrahim. Our top story this morning is waves of violence, bandits killings tear through northern communities. Over the past weeks, Nigeria has experienced a fresh surge in bandit attacks, especially in Kaduna, Zamfara, and Niger states, leaving scores dead and families dismayed. On this program, it's not just a one-man show. We'll be having a guest here on the program that will be analyzing more about this issue on bandits killing in the northern part of the state. Stay tuned, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be bringing down our guests and diving more into the topics. We'll be right back.
Today Radio TV online station.
Back from the commercial break, like I said, this program is not just a one-man show. We'll be having a guest on today's program, and yes, our guest that is joining us to discuss this growing insecurity is, please can you mention your name to the audience and folks?
Okay, my name is Ibrahim Precious.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim Precious, for joining us on today's program. Now let's begin with the reaction to the largest attacks. What fueling this unrelenting violence in these regions? This the Kaduna, Zamfara, and Niger states, those northern countries. What's fueling the unrelenting violence?
Yes, first of all, as a concerned Nigerian, that I don't think it's just only in the northern part. It is getting closer to the southern part. We had the attacks that happened in Kwara, the one that happened in Ijebu, not far from us here. Yeah. So I think it's just a very big problem for us to see that Nigeria's insecurity story has gotten to a critical point, and highest point, like it's already out of hand. That people are no longer even free to live their life again.
They are scared.
They are scared to live their life. On Sunday, I tweeted on Twitter. I said Nigerian Christians now, they pray for them to be able to get to church, and when they get to church and they're about to leave, they pray that they are able to leave church in peace. This is not. It's not just a thing with secret. We see them outside. They have TikTok handles that you see them on TikTok. Bandits are showing themselves on TikTok. So I think the major issue, let's looking at Nigeria, is just the fact that Nigerian government has not been able to find out the main problem why there is this insecurity. The main problem these bandits are after, and I think it's a big problem for us that our government are just back there giving us cock and bull stories every day, trying to realize that we are Nigerians. You cannot make us look stupid. Now, US president was making us look stupid some days ago, telling us that the insecurity level in this country. Why do we have to get to that level? We should not get to that level of having countries like that interfere in our military matters or something like that. So it's a big problem for us, like for Nigerians. It's a very, very hard one for us to live.
Yes. Now, before moving on to the next question, what you're trying to say is that the government are not trying their best in the security level, or are they after the 2027 election? Because if you hear now, they are just after the 2027 election coming. That's what they are after. They're not after the security.
That is something I plan on talking on later. Now, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria is now something that the politicians, our government, our people in political power just say that they are killing the minority. They are killing those people. Because the fact that
we are much in Nigeria.
We are 200 and we are 200.
So those people that are being killed, they are just minors.
But it's not in a state that this present administration, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has failed in a sense of security. He has really failed. In the space of 2 years, over 10,000 people have been killed in these states that he mentioned due to insecurity. They've been killed. Over 3 million has been displaced. They don't have house to live in. But the fact that our government are not focused on, I see news coming out apart from bandit news. Every front page of newspaper you see bandit news. But when you see after the next thing you'll be hearing is that one governor is about the 2027 election. When you are supposed to be there, how are we going to work hard together? Let's look at what happened now in the Southwestern Governors Forum. They try to meet together to find a way to protect the citizens in the southwestern part, that means the Yoruba part. Now, what if governors in the northern part are also trying their best to do that. Whereas they're not doing that, they are thinking of ways to defect from APC to PDP or PDP
Yes,
to APC,
yes. Can
forming a
hear
new
more
party and
members
everything.
of PDP defecting to APC.
This is
Why?
our problem. We don't care about that. We don't care. But the problem about Nigerians is that when it comes to 2027 elections, even if they are killing people, we are still the same people that will still come 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira that they want to share for us. We'll collect it. So I think for us, it's just that we just have to have they have to be a paradigm shift for us. We have to understand that there is something that we can do. Until when we begin to stand for ourselves, all these ones that are saying that are coming on social media crying and saying everything, it cannot help us, it cannot work. We just have to stand for ourselves and we have to elect good leaders into power.
Sure, sure. Now moving on to the next question, we say we keep hearing of military deployments.
Okay.
Yet attacks continue. Is there a gap between government efforts and ground realities?
Okay, that is a very, very good question. Yeah, every time they have deployed these soldiers. Now, lately, President Bola Tinubu he withdrew police from VIPs, like from the VIPs, police escort. That he wants to all those things are coming that they want to deploy soldiers to the northern part of Nigeria. For it, I think the problem is just that military action will not just suffice alone. It will not be the main thing that we can use to solve this insecurity. Now, insecurity, I've always mentioned the fact that there is one thing: charity begins at home. Everything that is happening, bandits, they have parents.
Sure.
There was a governor that was saying, I think that should be the governor. I think is that the governor of Kaduna State or Kogi State. One of the governors was saying that they know these bandits, they know their parents, they know the community they are living, but they cannot do what? They cannot arrest them. They cannot do that. Let's look at the issue of these church people that were released. Now, the church people that were released, the government said they released them. The government did not tell us that these bandits were arrested. What happened to the bandits? Was it that you negotiated? Now, Nigeria just have to stop negotiating with criminals. You don't negotiate with criminals. Bandits are criminals. Let's take the fact. Let's remove the fact that they are Nigerians or they are human or they have a reason for anything. The law says that when you do something like you are killing someone, you are committing murder, you're a criminal. They are okay. In the law, they say they are suspect for murder. They are suspect for murder. You arrest them, try them, take them to the necessary thing. But we are negotiating with criminals. We are saying we are paying ransom for them to release. When we stop that? We should just, the thing is just that military will not just suffice. If they redeploy soldiers, they should deploy 1,000 or 1 billion soldiers to the northern part of Nigeria. Let me tell you, this issue of insecurity will not stop. Charity, like I said, charity begins at home. We have to go back to the scratch, to the home, and do what? It is the fact that it is the home that is where everything is starting from.
Yes, exactly.
That is my own. There is nothing like military intervention. If US likes and bring their soldiers, everything, they bring them, kill all those bandits. Another bandit, this is just a thing. It is like it has become a food that they are biting off. Every child are biting off in that part of Nigeria.
I heard now that these coppers that they are trying to recruit coppers to start training them for this attack of a thing.
It is a very very how would I say nonsensical.
People would try to go for NYC.
National Youth Service Corps. Nigerian youths find that 1 year as a waste of time. Looking at it, they look at it as a waste of time. 1 year, you are doing 1 year, you see people going for NYC, they die in the midst of NYC. It's just a year, just 1 year. Normally, school has wasted our time. Maybe there are some people that they are meant to spend 4 years in school, they spend 5 years in school, they now go for 1 year again of nothing after there's no job or anything to do. Sure. Now, you're not saying you want to recruit those people that are even struggling to go to NYC. We will have less people going to NYC. It's not a big plan. It's not something that is making sense for you to recruit youth that just serve, that just looking for ways to feed their family.
Yeah, they are so serving their fatherland.
They are telling them that it's good for no one. It is to redeploy them to the northern part. Which parents will come and get their child will be fighting someone that did not train for that.
Because I just want to this thing. How many months, how many years do you want to train them for them?
Train a soldier. Do you know how many years they used to train before they might go to war? I am saying that in 1 year, someone that will spend 3 weeks in camp, you're not going to be going and find out. It is not realistic enough for me as a nation.
That's Nigeria. Moving on to the next question. What can be done differently? Okay,
I think we are in a stage of we have what we call a moral imperative. It is no longer just like the country is not a moral imperative, in the sense that everything goes down to your morals. Like I said, charity begins at home. Everything goes down to the way you have been brought up. Now, US were saying they want to intervene in our country. The same Donald Trump that has talked against us, coming to talk against our government and coming saying also help us, and so people are clamoring Donald Trump should come to Nigeria. I think that is the worst idea we can ever pray for. The last time they came to Nigeria, what was the thing? See, the thing is just that for us to see that when we look at Libya, for example, US helped Libya. Till now, Libya is still, they are still fighting that insecurity. For us, it's just a call for peace. We have to call it has to be a call for peace. Now we have to have accountability among our politicians. Like they must be brought to justice. Bandits are no longer something that they are hiding. You see their face on TikTok. These people must be brought to justice. You see their face on TikTok. It is very simple. You know these people. The government, they know these people. Go to these people and bring them to justice. Let them face the wrath of justice. Let them face what is about. When you begin to do that, it is one of the ways we can stop insecurity. Another way that I would say is just that for us to protect and rebuild our community. In other part of Nigeria, let's be realistic with ourselves. That place has lacked with social amenities, bad roads and water and electricity and everything. But their government just have to sit down. You don't have to depend on the federal government. You have to have one. That's why the government is divided into three. You have the local government, the state government, and the federal government. The federal government cannot know if a town in maybe in Benue State does not have good road. The federal government cannot know if a village in a place does not have good water. Yes. But it's just for you to just know that it has to boil down from the local government. When the government say that they are not going to work this thing, then they go into the state, then that's how it's going to work. For I think when we can go to those things, proper accountability, proper rebuilding of the urban nation, then insecurity is a thing of the past.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. So we going more into this bandit killing of a thing. We'll just go on a short video. When we come back, we'll diving more into the topic. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Boom Media Organization, where communication meets creativity.
We deliver total media services,
from journalism to broadcasting and news reporting across radio, TV, and online platforms.
Break, the topic is getting more and more hot. Like my next question, and that will be the final question for today. As Nigeria battles with menace, the question remains: how long will citizens wait for lasting peace? How long will the citizens wait for that?
How long will the citizens? How long will they sit back for
lasting peace?
For lasting peace. The Bible says that if my people are called by my name, we turn their face. I don't even say the Bible again. Let us look at this in this way. Christians are being killed. Muslims are killed.
Yes.
Traditionalists are killed. They are killing them. This is just not about religion and everything. It's just bound to what I've been saying since morning. They have to be. When we have those proper accountability, when there is proper local development and rebuilding of communities,
and when there is security in the community,
even to the fact that there will be security is a little thing. When there is proper accountability, when we have this government that is everything that are doing for us is transparency for everything they give to us, it will not be a problem for people to fight against our insecurity. When you know that when you know that bandits will be brought. How many Boko Haram, like all these Boko Haram people, all these Fulani herdsmen, how many of them have you seen on the TV that they brought them, they arranged them to court, they sent them to this one? How many? No, you be hearing they have been rescued. How were they rescued? We don't know. They will give us manipulative ways. Nigeria has been making that manipulative ways since the time of the former president. You will manipulate it and you bring it out for us. You will now come and say, it's not just one thing, it's because we are alive for it. There are some things we cannot say. This country is at the brink of demolition, because when they are killing people every day, we just have to just understand that our government have to just do it. They have to be transparent with us. When they are transparent with us, insecurity will be a thing on the path. Until when the government is transparent with us, I don't know when that is. It might be like next 10 years, 20 years. But when we have a transparent government, I think that's when we'll be able to solve insecurity finally.
That was actually a deep one. So Nigeria is now Nigerians are scared as at now.
They are scared to go to church.
Anytime bandits can come in. I can see on social media that people are start learning to speak in Poland.
That's the thing about this. That's the thing about
people are securing themselves with guns.
This is the thing about Nigerian youth that we don't try it. We try to bring out fun out of everything. They are killing people. Nigerians are making it as something fun. It is just something you have to understand that we have this spirit. We are born with this strong spirit. We have this strong mind as Nigerians. Nigerians are strong. They don't fear anything, but we just have to. Our government just have to just cry. They also have to come to our
has a lot of things.
They have a lot of things to do. Have our transparency, then there's going to be solution for everything.
I hope the government can hear us and at least do something about this because it's getting more and more horrible. Thank you for sharing your insights.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having you on today's program and sharing your insights about this. Thank you once again. That's all on today's Nation. I am Adeola Ibrahim. See you next time, and remember, every voice matters in shaping our nation. I remain Adeola Ibrahim, and this is Today Radio TV online station.